1,
2,
3.
4.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Let me see. Okay, what's up, everybody? This is Champion here.
And your boy, Sentry.
I was like, did he forget already?
I did forget my name, but don't worry.
I was there, Jesus.
I'll remember it
2
hopefully
seconds
by
in.
the end of this podcast.
Better than I expected, though. 2 seconds in. So, we are recording on January 11th, 2019. And before anything, let's give a little breakdown of what we're going to do on this channel. You know, if you're interested, it's like the first time you're watching our podcast. So, basically, we're going to do a lot of video game related stuff. We're going to, bring you this podcast. We're going to record it every Friday, probably upload it every Saturday. If fans or if we start getting a lot of subscribers and they really love the podcast, we can add more episodes a week if y'all want to. And also, if there's any like specific or really like crazy topics or news that we talk about and we cover that I feel like a lot of people are interested in that particular piece of news, I'll upload like a video containing just that segment of the podcast.
Yes, we will essentially just, most of our like videos on YouTube are not going to be like views. They're going to be, majority are going to be like highly edited footage on could vary topic. Currently right now, I guess we can spoil it, right? We can basically right now we're working on a Chrono Trigger video.
Spoilers.
Yes, spoiler alert. And also we're working on a Mega Man video. And it's gonna be very interesting. It's basically an analysis of the core gameplay loop and mechanics and level design, but it's also we're gonna incorporate a lot of humor. So
we're gonna try to incorporate humor's.
Yes, and then
I'm not the funniest person, but let's see what jokes I can drum up for the videos. Like the thing is though, those videos are gonna take at least once a month because they're gonna be highly, edited and stuff like that. And they're not just gonna cover video games. Sometimes they'll cover a whole series, or sometimes it's gonna cover a topic in video gaming in general. Sometimes it might not even do with a video game. It might do with something surrounding a video game genre.
Yeah, certain genre. Like what?
Yeah.
What creates a good Megalovania game? Metroidvania.
Yeah. And since we're
not a Megalovania, I'm not sure what a Megalovania is, but
I was just keep going with it. I was just like Megalovania, sure, why not? I thought
that's actually a song for that one RPG that's like really popular with kids.
I was like, okay, Megalovania, that must mean great game.
Wait.
I did not know that.
What's that game with that? It's like a 2D sprites. It's an RPG. Starts with U.
There's a million games that are 2D sprites that they start with a
One
U.
of the characters is named Sans.
Sans? Bro, that's like the most infamous game ever.
Exactly, but I can't remember. Undertale. Yes, Undertale.
Oh, that's the
yeah. And I did not just look that up. I knew that.
Yeah, definitely did not just look that up. But okay, so again, those videos are gonna take kind of long to do. So we're gonna, in the meantime, we're gonna give you these podcast episodes, and we're also gonna try to do reviews on games that are, very either hyped or anticipated games. We're gonna try to do reviews. We can't review every game that comes out because we're gonna try to actually
we
review
personally like don't expect the reviews to come out like in the first 2 weeks. Like, to be honest, you can't really play a game for 2 weeks and like the first 2 weeks of release and then have like a good informed opinion on it. Like,
yeah, and the thing is we are small, so we're not gonna get any review copies anytime soon, so we're gonna be able to buy the game basically when y'all are. But again, we're gonna still play it and put up our reviews. And even if you haven't bought the game after a few weeks, that's perfect. You can check out a review, and if not, you can still see it just to see our opinions on the game, period. And still, like a lot of the top reviews, like Angry Joe, they do take their time with the video games, and You know, the reviews end up being a lot better than the reviews you get at launch of a video game.
Yes, and we also have a personal life outside of our, online
Barely,
persona.
but
Like
barely.
Both of us are students, right? Currently, we're both studying, topics that have to do a lot with our industry. So we
barely.
We can, I guess, move on from here. That's basically our introduction. Maybe on our other podcasts, you'll probably know a little bit more about us.
Probably. I hope not. Okay, so let's get with the first topic of news. Okay, this is pretty big. This is what everybody's talking about. Bungie splits from Activision. I mean, I don't know about you. Like, everybody was like, it was gonna happen, but it's just the timing of it was kind of random. It's not like they had just finished production on all Destiny 2 DLC or anything. Like, they just announced it. They just dropped out, and I just feel like they dropped out. The first second. I feel like this is the first opportunity they had to split from Activision, and they took the opportunity.
Yeah, they just pulled out a 1870 Civil War pull. Like, they're like, you know what? We're not gonna be with you anymore. They just split.
It's so funny though, because I had a talk with my friends that they kept playing Destiny. I played Destiny 1 with the Taken Keaton DLC only, and then my friends, they kept playing Destiny 2, and they were like, oh, it's great, just has some huge flaws here and there. And then I saw that Destiny 2 was free, and I was like, a few months after it had come out, and I was like, I don't know if it was a few months or a year after it came out, but it wasn't that long where the game should be offered for free, right? But I'm like, that's weird. And then I look, and they're announcing this, big DLC that's gonna come with the game. I forgot what it's called, Forsaken something. And my friends were there like, oh my god, the DLC fixed everything wrong with Destiny 2. And I'm like, kind of like Taken King did with Destiny 1. And they're like, yeah. And I was right there. I noticed, like, yo, I'm like, I was about to say Amazon. Activision is cutting these games up. They're literally like a chef right now, just cutting great parts of the game out and selling it to us. Like, when that hit me, I decided never to even try out Destiny 2.
Yeah, like they were eventually gonna pull what they pulled with Diablo through Blizzard. Activision was gonna pull that through Bungie. Like, it was. Let's talk about that portable Diablo game. It wasn't on our list, but I think we should bring that up. Like, I don't know if you heard about that. Have you heard about Diablo? It's like a portable game.
My thing is though, Blizzard under Activision has produced quality games still.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I have to, like, to me, I think Blizzard cannot create any more good games. Like, on all the people like that have created good games on Blizzard, like the original creators, they're not even with Blizzard anymore. They've all either gone on to make their own projects or they joined better studios. So
wait, was that before or after Overwatch that they left?
Overwatch was a success, but it was a great marketing success. But I don't know,
I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, well, hey, I have like 2,000 hours in Overwatch. I can't say it's a bad game, but I'm saying this was a company who also had Diablo and StarCraft. They were like the big, they were the premier company in PC gaming.
I just remember that StarCraft is dead, dude. They have not done anything with that license, and that license is kind of like Hall of Fame when it comes to video game strategy. They're like the Super Mario Bros of real-time strategy or something. That's like an OG. And I haven't heard anything from it because strategy games don't sell that well. But me and Sentry here actually are big fans of strategy games. So I know Activision had a hand in StarCraft not being that popular anymore. I mean, I might be wrong, but
business market wise, it makes sense that they decided to put Diablo on the Immortal. Right? It's called Diablo Immortal on mobile devices.
That's what it's called.
It makes sense. Market wise, it makes sense. There's millions of people, at least in China, who are in the mobile market right now, and that's millions, if not billions of dollars right there. Just in China.
Let me play devil's advocate though. Let me try to defend Blizzard, not Activision. I don't want to defend Activision. Activision's a bunch of jerks. But let me defend Blizzard for a second. Let me try to at least. They did give us Hearthstone, which is to me one of the best video game, apps you can play, period. I think. If you haven't tried it, honestly, it's filled to the brim with a ton of content and a lot of packs you can get by just playing the game and getting very good at it. You're gonna have to buy packs eventually, but it's a free game, so you're starting at zero. You might spend a few dollars on packs, build a decent deck, and start beating people. And I just felt like that game, that game is like the pinnacle of like mobile gaming, like, and it was made by Blizzard, so that's why I'm there. Maybe the game could maybe not be that terrible, and maybe it's like Diablo a little bit light, but you can play it anywhere, with all your friends on the phone.
Yes, yeah, but there's a bunch of games that have already improved on the formula. Like that Gwent game, I don't know, from the creators of or Cyberpunk, not Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
You remember Gwent, right? It was a card game for The Witcher 3. Yeah, well, it's his own game now, right? They created their own game.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's successful like Hearthstone. I mean, Hearthstone has like a
not yet. Honestly, I believe it's still in like alpha stages, but I played a lot of it already.
It's still in alpha though? How? Like, it's a card game.
No, I remember for like 6 months they didn't take out any updates because they completely redid the game, and I played it before that. Those 6, I guess the 2.0 version of it. Yeah, yeah, it's
wow.
Full and going now.
You're showing me this website and it looks really developed. Like, it doesn't look like it's just like one little crappy game. But my thing is like, I don't know. I just feel like this Hearthstone kind of has like a whole like for example, you go to YouTube. There's actually like a YouTube Hearthstone community, and it's huge.
On Twitch, it's like one of the most like streamed games, like esport wise. Like it's definitely a big deal.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like, Blizzard's been knocking it out with these esport games that are fun, and like Overwatch and Hearthstone. I've played them both, and I haven't played them to a competitive level, but I've played them a lot, and I enjoy Hearthstone. That's why I don't have a super negative outlook on this announcement. I'm just gonna sit and wait. Everybody's already hating on it. I'm gonna just sit and wait.
No, but there's a difference between a card game and like a isometric, I was about to say Diablo style, but it is a Diablo game.
I mean, we didn't see gameplay footage in the trailer, right?
No, yeah, there's already gameplay. There's plenty of gameplay. And
how does it look? Because, like, okay, for example, I found out today.
Here, I'm gonna show you some footage right now. And here, let's see.
But like, what I found out.
That's how it looks.
That doesn't look bad though.
Okay, dude, like.
That doesn't look bad at all, dude. No, and here's the thing. Like, I tried well, I didn't try it, but like my friend told me that there's already emulators out for like 3DS games, and I'm like, if a phone can support 3DS graphics, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it can support a lot of like decent games, and I'm pretty sure it can put out good graphics, decent enough graphics. And that right there, that little video you showed me looked pretty decent, honestly. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm on the YouTube channel. Has 291,000 dislikes and 20,000 likes.
So yeah, it's gonna be hated for sure because everybody's.
I'm just going to do my part right now.
Cash grab, but I'm just gonna wait because if it proves it was wrong and I was the only one not hating on it, I'm gonna look like a genius.
I mean, it looks like fun, but then you're reminded
I'm
like,
iffy on it. I'm not sold.
I'm gonna have to play this on a Samsung tablet, like version 10 or something. I don't know. I mean, that's not true. Okay, most modern phones can play this stuff. It's just
I'm kind of getting.
I'm not sure. I'm not too convinced.
Fallout 76 vibe from this, like, and I'm not saying like it's gonna be like Fallout 76. I'm saying like I had the same feeling when Fallout 76 was coming out. I'm like, this could be great, but it also could be terrible. And it was, on
either way, as a marketing wise, this is gonna succeed. Like, this is gonna make a lot of money for Blizzard. Like, it's gonna make tons of money. Like I said, like the China market, they're gonna make millions, if not billions, through this game.
I don't know about billions.
Well, if it's definitely gonna have microtransactions. In China, it's like they don't. I don't know. It's like they don't have Switches. I don't know what's going on in China. Like I feel like a lot of people would have preferred like a exclusive Switch Diablo game before they take this. I mean,
yeah.
Not saying that's a good thing. I think Diablo should be on PC too. Like they should, like a normal, Diablo 4, I guess, or a spin-off, but it's a better game, I guess. But no, they said, you know what? Let's make a phone game. That's what they did.
Let's see. I mean, it's a good thing you mentioned the Switch. It's a good I don't know if you did that on purpose. It's a good transition to our next topic.
I definitely did that on purpose.
Then that's great. You are literally like we've been only podcasting for 16 minutes and you're already a pro, a veteran. So we're gonna talk about our theories or just basically what we think of the possibility of a January Nintendo Direct. Okay, because this is another thing that people on the internet are literally going crazy. And I have a theory. I don't know if you have a theory, but I don't know. I have different theories. I think that they're going to announce a new Switch. If it's a Switch XL or a Switch like the one you were saying, the not the mini one, but basically one that doesn't detach and doesn't go on a TV that's fully portable. Which, in my opinion, if they make something like that, they should make it smaller. In my opinion.
To be honest, I don't know. Like, if they do make a new, I don't want a new Switch. I think it's too soon. I think they should, the 3DS worked doing that, releasing like
every 2 years, a different like look and something. Oh, you guys want a touchpad here? Oh, you guys want this here? Oh, you guys want this? Oh, here. Oh, like every small. It's like, okay, wait a few months.
Yeah,
and then
now it's like
it's
called the new 2DS XL. It's like, excuse me.
Yeah, it's like what? Imagine somebody in the market now.
I don't know. I think it would look better if they just like release, maybe like a new version of the Switch, but like
I just imagine
upgrades other than like battery wise or anything like that.
This is the thing though, I think the 3DS was plagued by that terrible marketing that was also that plagued the Wii U and basically destroyed it. Was the fact that like the marketing isn't that good, especially when you have that many versions of a console. Imagine a casual gamer right now wants a 3DS. He's gonna be like, bro, what? He's gonna literally search up Nintendo 3DS and get like 9 different 3DSs, and he's gonna be like, what? What? Like, you're gonna be confused as a consumer. You should have, to me, maybe 1 off or 2 offs. I still think though they're gonna reveal a Switch variant, whether it's a bigger Switch or maybe different. I don't know, smaller one. I think that they would do a smaller one rather than one that's like not detachable. Or maybe one that's like both. It's smaller and non-detachable.
Well, here's the thing. Nintendo's always had like the Game Boy, and then they had, the NES. You know what I mean? Like they always had like two, the portable, and the like family couch console as well. But the Switch does both. So that's the thing. So are they like? What's their plans next?
They're trying to stay like how they used to. Like, oh no, this is just a handheld, and the console is a Switch. But it's like, look, I think you're holding the Switch back. Like, you're holding the Switch potential back because, if you just re-release all the 3DS games on Switch.
What if they made a new Switch that was like as powerful as like the PlayStation 4 Pro, but it's not hybrid. It's just like a console. And then they make this Switch.
They might as well call it the Wii U Switch. Like,
wait, what? the
exactly.
NES Wii U GameCube Switch.
GameCube Soldier Boy Switch.
Oh no, we're not going into that in this podcast.
That's uncharted territory right there, bro.
You can make your own conclusions if you know about that.
Okay, so look, I think they're gonna talk about that. I think they're gonna reveal either a second Smash DLC character or they're gonna reveal them all. either one or all. They're gonna talk about that, I think, and maybe talk a little bit about more Super Smash Bros. Like updates and stuff like that. The updates actually have been cool. They added like replay, like a cool replay system into the game and stuff. So it's not like the updates have been small things here and there. They've been kind of big updates. Also, I think. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses for sure. They're gonna talk about it, break down the details.
Yeah, so if I remember clearly,
does it have a release date or
no? But I read somewhere, and this I don't know if it's true or not, but I read it, so it must be true, on the internet.
Oh, you found it on the internet? Oh, it's true. No, it's true.
Yeah,
that's how the internet works.
It's sealed. Yes, but they said like first quarter or second quarter of the it's gonna be in that release date.
Do you think they'd be the ones to be like, by the way, Fire Emblem Three Houses available today? Like they just like right now. You can buy it right now.
No, they wouldn't do it. That's
I know.
It's
stupid. Too big of a
no.
It's too big of a license.
If they do that, then Nintendo is literally living under a leaf. Like that would be stupid. Like Fire Emblem's is too big of a game for them to do that.
Yeah.
Or if it's not that big, it's like not bigger than Pokemon. It's not bigger than a new Mario game or Metroid or Bayonetta. Probably bigger than Bayonetta. No, actually, I'm not sure. But
what about
they can't do that to that.
What about
Fire Emblem needs some love.
Remake? What about a Zelda remake? You think they would announce that on the day it would come out?
What do you mean?
Like,
which Zelda game?
Like Skyward Sword was the one that they were talking about, like rumors were swirling.
Well, even Nintendo said like, yeah, there's no Skyward Sword remake. They said it, but just because they said it doesn't mean it's not true.
I think they're gonna.
Doesn't mean that we can't dream.
I think they're gonna announce a big remake, whether it's Switch or not Switch. Or not, that's not what I meant.
I really want them to use that the cell shaded engine they had, that proprietary engine that they used for Breath of the Wild. Like I feel like you could just do so much more, or just give us like more DLC. Like honestly, it's already all of Hyrule, so just give us like more things to do, like like new areas or new bosses.
Look,
people will be happy.
Theory.
That's enough Zelda for everybody, for anybody.
This is my final theory. Nothing's conclusive. This is just what I think based off my opinion. Nothing, it's from stuff I've seen on the internet, but mostly my opinion. So, my final theory would be new version of the Switch. Maybe that's like probably the least thing that I think is gonna happen, but I think it's something that could still happen though. Wouldn't surprise me. Smash DLC. They'll go into that. What else? They're gonna, I think, probably have a big remake on the console, like a remake or a re-release on the console.
I do think we will get like a proper like Metroid trailer as well. Like
I think it's too early for Metroid.
No, just like a teaser. I mean, the last trailer was not a teaser. It was literally a JPEG with some like story like music. I was like done. Like it was. But it was
I think Metroid's gonna come out way later, to the point where it's like they might announce it, in February or March. They're gonna space it out. Cause look, this is what I think. So I think they're gonna announce maybe like Mario Maker remake or something. I think it's gonna be a big game that everybody asked for them to remake on the Switch. Maybe Mario Maker, that's the one I'm hoping for, because I really wanted to play that game and I've never had a Wii U, so I've never been able to play it.
I don't think anybody had a Wii U. Like 3 people had the Wii U.
Yeah, Dashi and like 2 other more people had it. But so yeah, I think it's gonna be that. I think they're gonna talk about Fire Emblem, and I think we're gonna see an Animal Crossing trailer, and I think that's gonna be the big stuff. Oh, and also Persona 5 R, whatever that is, they're gonna go into detail.
It's obviously Persona 5 Racing.
Persona 5 and Mario, basically a Mario Kart version of like Persona.
Like
that would be.
What if it's actually just like one kart added to like Mario Deluxe 8? Like it's literally just a car for DLC. Persona, a Persona car, but they made a whole trailer for it. Oh my god.
We need
I don't think I would be mad. I'll just be like, you know what?
I think we would be the.
Touche.
No, but I think we would get that. We would get that from a Japanese developer. Where one day they're gonna get like in their entire cast of characters and put them in a totally different genre of video games.
Well,
I just imagine like a Final Fantasy.
We don't have to look too far.
Cast.
The Persona games have dancing games. There's a Persona dancing game coming out. Did you know that?
Isn't there a Persona fighting game too? Or was it
not
like
sure.
all
There is a game that includes Persona characters.
Yeah, fighters. Yeah.
I think it's like Blaze Blue or something like that. Let me see.
I kind of like that. Or I like it when games do that, like Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem. What was the Fire Emblem Warriors game called? Was it Fire Emblem Warriors?
Which one? The one that came out on 3DS?
No, the one that came out that also re-released on the Switch. That's like the Dynasty Warriors game, but with Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I like stuff like that. That it takes the game or like the license and kind of flips the genre, but it still kind of works. Like I really like that because you see the game in a new light. And I don't know. I'm really into that. But if we're talking about the Switch, let me see. Let me just tell you a few things that Nintendo already did confirm, which is weird. I thought these announcements are kind of big. I would have thought they would have left it for the direct, but the fact that they didn't kind of, to me it's great news, because to me it's like, oh my god, if they consider this like, stuff that doesn't even need to be on the direct, like what is gonna be on the direct? That's what scares me. So first they announced Dragon's Dogma Dark Horizon to the Switch.
Oh yes, and if you guys have never played Dragon's Dogma, any listeners out there, the three of you, I know they're listening. Yes, Dragon Dogma, you have to play it.
Oh, you don't have to.
You have to.
If you're not into like fantasy, RPGs, you're probably not.
Well, yes, if Tetris is more your thing, I don't think you'll enjoy Dragon's Dogma. But
I don't think I've ever met like a.
If you like anything
Tetris
else, if you like anything other than Tetris, then you should give Dragon's Dogma a go. It's a great game.
Well, from what I've heard, and I've been wanting to play Dragon's Dogma, if you enjoy Skyrim or again any medieval fantasy RPG or any RPG period, you should enjoy Dragon Dogma Dark Horizon. You get to climb on dragons, you get to climb on creatures. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's funny because you're looking up footage of Hyrule Warriors, and it's making me wanna get the game right now.
Yes, I know. I'm looking at it. I'm like, wow, this looks pretty good.
Yeah. So they announced that. Then they announced Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XII. Okay, the part 10 is gonna come out on April 16th, and part 12 is gonna come out April 30th. So two other huge announcements that I'm like, y'all could have easily included that in the Switch. I'm there. That's and even if that was the direct, if that was a direct already, my thing is like, because people are saying that they're gonna cancel the direct, and I don't see it. I just don't see them canceling it, even if they announce some garbage. But then it's like they get 3 good tidbits of news and announce it. And no, they even announced more stuff on Twitter, like a new Yoshi game coming out. I forgot what date it was.
It comes out like in March. And yes,
but
it looks good.
And it looks good.
And it looks very sexy.
Okay, I wouldn't go there.
Like it's the best looking game of 2019.
It does look nice. It does have that what is it like everything's made out of like cotton or something like.
How dare you? Take that back.
I mean, what is it? I thought that was like the look it was going for, like a.
The proper term is cloth.
Cloth. I'm sorry. Jeez.
Cotton.
Should be thrown in jail for that. Okay, so the clothed Yoshi game looks really good, and I thought that would be something they would have included onto the direct, but the fact they didn't, it's like, okay, they have some big news to tell us. They have some real big news that they're waiting to just throw on us, and also the Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I heard that was a big game on the Wii. I heard it was a cult classic, and people love it. And again, it's getting. I don't know if it's like a remake, because they're releasing DLC for it. So I don't know if it's like a remake or I don't know. I have no idea, and I don't know what video you're looking at. That
My body is Reggie for anything Nintendo makes.
He's just watching a video of Reggie from Nintendo, just like jumping around, shirtless. I mean, okay, that's what you're into.
This is actually on the Nintendo website, like YouTube channel. This is not a joke. This is not a. This is like a video they made.
No, there's not a video like that because they get offended easily. Well, actually, it's kind of funny how a few years ago you couldn't even say Nintendo on YouTube without getting like 50 copy strikes, and now
what are you talking about? It's like a few days ago. They just did away with that.
Well, officially, but they weren't really, like that anymore. Like there is literally now like whole channels to the Switch, which is like pretty awesome, like the beat 'em ups channel. That guy's pretty funny. Commonwealth, there's a bunch of channels for the Switch, and they actually have a lot of subs. Like it's not like they're very small niches. Like no, they have large number of subs. Like this is I feel like Nintendo would benefit from the internet. Like I don't know why they didn't do this sooner rather than later.
But yes, Nintendo has always been like a meme machine. Like they definitely have a good, like they could definitely benefit from like the internet.
Yeah, and YouTube and stuff. I honestly, I'm happy that they're, I mean, late. It's better late than never. So I'm happy that they're changing their ways and stuff. I don't want to turn this into like a Switch podcast or anything, or a Switch episode.
As you can tell, we like Nintendo.
Yeah, and I haven't regretted buying the Switch. I literally bought it like when it came out, and like I played Zelda, and I was like, okay, this is great, but like after this, I'm gonna have nothing. Then a few games released, and they kept releasing games, and I haven't been bored on my Switch, at all. I've had plenty of games, and the store I think the store already, like the Switch store is better than the Wii U store already.
To be honest, Nintendo has been releasing so many games that I'm already like catching like chronic FOMO. I don't know if you heard of that, champion.
No.
You don't know what FOMO? Fear of missing out.
Oh.
It's a real condition.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of happened with everybody now. Everybody wants to be on the like latest, like Nintendo.
Like there's so many games. Like Hyrule Warriors came out months ago. And it's like, oh, that looks pretty good. Maybe I should pick that up. And then Valkyria Chronicles looks pretty good. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should pick that up. And like right now, I'm playing Chrono Trigger. 16, 17 years later.
Is that on the Switch?
No, it's actually on the PC. But it's not a transition. I just had to mention it. Like, there's
people. By the way,
people are not always playing.
You're just in a conversation with a random person, like talking about your job. So yeah, I had to file these papers. And by the way, Chrono Trigger's a really good game. Like you just dump it in there. By the way, Chrono Trigger is the greatest game of all time. Like, excuse me? Like, you go to like a fast food restaurant, like, what do you want to eat, sir? I'm like, Chrono Trigger is the greatest game of all time. Like, they're like this.
I'm probably the worst person to play Chrono Trigger because I wasn't even born when Chrono Trigger came out.
Me neither.
But as a good creator once said, as he once mentioned in his Dragon Quest video, I am both the best and the good. No. See, I already messed it up. As you can tell.
Yeah, you.
I'm the best and worst person to review Chrono Trigger because I have like no nostalgia playing it. There's nothing. But I enjoy it, by the way. Spoiler alert.
And if you don't know who he's talking about that guy from Kotaku.
Tim Rogers.
Tim Rogers.
He's probably like the only good thing Kotaku has going for them.
On his Dragon Quest 11 review, yes, where he says that he's the worst person to review it because he loves it. And again, when that comes out on the Switch, I want to review that, or like I don't know if you want to review it, or like do like a whole retrospective, or like some sort of cool concept video on the Dragon Quest series.
I'll probably do a gameplay video. No, we'll see. I don't.
But gameplay's boring. It's a JRPG. You're just gonna fight a bunch of times, and people are gonna be like, "Woo!" Like, people don't want to see that. People don't. That's disgusting. Nobody wants to look at that. We want to look at action. Okay, but
we'll
before
see.
that, well, there's
we'll
nice cinematics. I know your characters can chill out with each other, and I know your characters can chill out and stuff like that, and I know that's really cool. Like, you can, and I know that's a very broad. Like, I basically said the most simplistic version of that feature. Like, you know, your characters interact a lot from what I've heard, and it's really cool, and you can, you know, rest up a lot, or, you know, just talk with the NPCs a lot, and I heard it's really relaxing. But, you know, just last thing I want to mention about the Switch is basically IGN's been all over this. It's been Smash Bros.
This is spoiler alert. If I know some people don't like, you know, getting their characters revealed before Nintendo reveals it, before Big Daddy Nintendo reveals it. We will talk about the leaks. So if you were avoiding the leaks, then I guess you can skip
DLC roster, basically.
The next 5 minutes.
I don't know why. I mean, I kind of want to know what I'm buying.
Well, you're not for sure. I know I didn't want to know the leaks. I didn't want to know all the characters.
It's kind of funny because I was like, I'm probably not gonna care. Like, they're probably gonna be random characters from random shows that I never. And then they announced.
Yes, when they released Joker from Persona 5, it was like all hands on deck. Like, it could literally be anything. I mean, not literally anything, but a lot of things are on the table now that weren't there before.
Not only that, like, I was expecting Waluigi or something like that, and I was like, okay, Waluigi. And then Joker came out. I was there, what? I'm like, not only is that like a huge character, at least for me, like, to me that's a huge character. I love Persona 5, but nobody even talked about it. I'm sure one or two people, you know, mentioned it, and I don't know if it was out of pure luck or they got some sort of crazy, you know, tip from Nintendo, or somehow, you know, they just had some inside information. But, you know, that was unexpected. But okay, so we're gonna go into the what IGN says are like the DLC characters. It's, you know, they said it got leaked. I don't know how for sure is this, but okay, you're gonna be able to play. Let me see. So you're gonna be able to play as Edric from the Dragon Quest series. That's one of the characters that they mentioned. Ryu from Ninja Gaiden, another popular character. Steve from Minecraft, which I feel like weirdly had a lot of people asking for it, and that's kind of cool that they get it. And I mean, Steve kind of is gonna be a video game Hall of Famer, I think, in my opinion, a character Hall of Famer. And let me see, who was the last one? Oh, and the Doom guy. It's kind of sad that he doesn't, you know, they don't have a name. Does every Doom game have a different protagonist?
No, I think it's always been the Doom guy. We gotta remember, this is the Doom 2016 or 2017 was the reboot of the Doom franchise.
Okay, I guess.
Yes.
Cause I was watching it, it's like the Doom guy. I'm like, are you guys that unprofessional? Y'all couldn't Google his name. And then I Googled his name and it was actually Doom guy. I was like, oh, it's actually Doom guy. Okay,
To be honest though, like, there's like those characters. Probably the Doom guy, I'm pretty excited about, but like Edric, I don't know if he should be in Smash. I mean, like, we already have too many sword people in Smash.
We need 7 more swords people. It's not a Smash game if we can't have a million sword people, dude.
I mean,
I don't know. I like sword people the most.
We gotta give our boy Pichu some love. He can't get close if you have a sword. And like another sword guy, I'm not sure.
I've seen professional people using. They're well. They're good. Ninja Gaiden. He uses. I mean, Ryu uses a sword, right? Ninja Gaiden, but he uses shurikens a lot. I feel like shurikens are gonna be a big thing, but I'm pretty sure he uses a sword, if I'm not mistaken, some sort of short sword. I'm trying to think of a character archetype he might be similar to. Kind of, maybe like a Marth that's very quick on his feet, but with a range attack. That's what I'm getting, you know, that's what I'm thinking, because I think Marth is one of the faster characters in the game. But yeah, you're looking it up, and he does use a sword, so looks like we're getting 2 swords.
Oh, please, God, no.
No, and Steve might show up with a diamond sword.
Oh my God, stop.
So 3 sword characters. I love it.
Please,
I
Nintendo.
and Doom guy comes out with a little with a little switchblade. He just comes out with like a little knife.
Yeah, like his instead of a gun, he has like the saw that you have like in I don't know if you ever seen that. It's like a little saw, like some other Doom games.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna have that, dude. And Joker, he has like the little playing card, so like he can just stab people with the playing card.
Okay, that's actually gonna be pretty cool. Wait.
That's probably gonna be his range attack.
Wait. You mean like, does he have a playing card?
I don't know. He has.
I think you're thinking about Joker from the DC universe.
No, I mean I remember I played the game and he never had a card like that, but I just remember.
But yeah, you only played like 3 hours or no, you played like 10 hours, right?
No. I played like a lot. I played like 40 hours, and I'm still like haven't finished it. Like it's huge. I don't think he uses his persona. That's what he's gonna use. His main persona, which is like the first persona you get in the game.
Yeah, like the first picture I found, he has like a little blade. I'm like, oh my god. Stop.
But I don't think that's gonna be his main.
Yes, yeah. It's probably just gonna be like a side thing.
No, he has a gun though. He has a
gun. Yes. That definitely can have to add a gun. His gun is very iconic in Persona 5. Well, not iconic. It's essential.
I mean, you have different guns, but his you can get you have different guns, but he uses guns though. So he could be a ranged character as well. His persona is I don't know if they're gonna use his persona. Oh, this is what I think it's gonna be. I think because in Persona 5, when you have an enemy that's weakened or like dizzy, I don't know what that is. The game doesn't go that route, by the way, Sam.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. But so there's an attack basically when the last enemy is like, or when there's a group of enemies that you're fighting and they're all dizzy or like kind of unconscious, you can do one final attack when all 3 characters basically gang up on you, kind of like Shulk's ultimate, where like him and his homeboys gang up on you. Well, in this ultimate, it's gonna be Joker. I forgot what the other people were called. The little cat and the girl and the other guy. They're basically gonna all gang up on the person and destroy them. And I think probably his up B or his down B is gonna be his own persona coming out and like, I don't know, beating people up or something. So I think it's gonna be cool, honestly. And oh my god, his friend, the guy with the blonde hair, I forgot his name. That guy, I really hope that they add him later on. I don't know, as an update or something, as like an assist trophy or something. That guy is a cool character. He was one of my favorite characters from the game. So
the blonde hair guy.
Yeah, I forgot his name right now. Yeah, if you could look it up.
Are you for real?
I'll look it up. Huh?
That was like his most iconic line. He was always like, "For real?" It was very annoying.
Oh, yeah. I didn't honestly. I liked him though. Let me see. Of course, they give me like their actual like legal names, but they don't give me their nickname. And it doesn't show it here. It's weird. Let me see. Well, just know that. Ruji Sakamoto. That's the guy's name. Let me see what was his name in the game. Like his code name, because they all had like a code name.
I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, I'm gonna be very, very excited for him. And, Skull. That's his nickname. Skull. Yeah, I would want him to be an assist trophy. I think he would be awesome assist trophy. He shows up with his persona, just starts wrecking stuff. I think that would be an awesome inclusion into the game, though. Let me see. What else? Okay, let's stop talking about the Switch, because people are gonna think we're highly obsessed with the Switch.
The Switch is a horrible console, by the way. I don't recommend it.
You know what? It doesn't have Fallout 76, and for that reason, it is probably the worst console in existence. In fact,
for that reason, it's a no for me.
No, honestly, like Fallout 76.
For that reason, I'm out.
honestly, yo, like I keep looking at every console, even the classic ones, and I'm like, has no Fallout 76, yo. Like I can't see it functioning, honestly. But whatever. It's still a good console, even though it lacks that clear gen. But it has a bright future ahead of Nintendo has a bright future ahead with the Switch. So let's see what they do with it. So let's talk about Amazon. They're kind of announced that they're gonna do a streaming service. This is probably the newest bit of news I've gotten. Like I looked it up and everything's showing up like 2 or 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. All the sources are now reporting on it. So they're saying it's probably not gonna be out till 2020, but they're gonna put very infamous games there, and it's gonna be to a point where it's like you don't need a crazy PC to run these games. You're gonna need probably a good internet connection, but you can have decent specs on your PC and run these super good looking games, because Amazon's gonna establish like these data centers, and basically they're going to you're gonna be able to stream the games from their data centers or something like that. I don't know, but that's how it's gonna work. And I literally just told you the news right before we went on air, so you haven't had much time to like react to it. But like, what are your opinions about that? Like, that to me seems like
are they doing it to like compete with like Twitch and like YouTube live gaming, or like what is their, do you know, like their goals? Like,
no, I don't think they're trying to compete with them. They're just trying to make they're trying to compete with Steam, I would think, more so, and Epic Games, or any sort of like place that sells games on the PC. I think they're trying to beat them, but I think you're kind of throwing like that PC market, like you're kind of gonna do a lot of damage to the PC market.
Oh, see, when you said streaming, works. I thought you meant like videos, like video streaming.
No.
So I was like,
video game.
I don't know if this is really like much opinion to put on it, But yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying, and that actually can be huge because it's Amazon. But then again, it could actually not be that big, because look at Amazon Prime, like video, like I don't know.
No,
I have Amazon Prime and I barely use Amazon Prime Video.
But I just think, because I don't know. My opinion is that like a lot of companies have tried it and it hasn't worked, but Amazon has a lot of resources, just as good as resources as anybody else. So I don't know. I have really a good feeling about it, but I don't know. I don't know about the repercussions to the computer market. I like to because usually, if you want to run some great games, you're gonna need an expensive PC. So I don't know how it's gonna it's gonna kill a big portion of that PC market that sells itself on building PCs and building these crazy elaborate PCs that have.
It is interesting what Amazon wants to do. They're definitely trying to go into like every market, and gaming, they have a ton of money, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
I'd like to see an Amazon console. That would be awesome, and then like you get it like one day shipped to your door, and it's like. Here's the thing.
I don't know if you heard about like their flagship, like one of their things. Like I'm just reading this about now, but one of like their flagship games is called Amazon's New World. Like it's an online MMORPG, and like the screenshots are just like really nice. Like it looks like a regular single player game, but it's not.
But like Amazon's making it?
Yes.
And
their money is making it. They're just throwing money at the screen. And it's
but
just
like what
happening.
What are they when are they expecting it to release? The screenshots are looking kind of cool, but
I'm not sure. Who knows? But the point is they are trying.
They're putting their leg in that market, and it's a profitable market. So my thing is that Nintendo basically said, yo, after the Switch, we don't know what we're going to do. We might not make consoles for some time after the Switch. And I'm like, I don't want just Sony and Microsoft being in charge of the whole video game console. I don't want the whole video game
You mean Sony is in charge and Microsoft is just tagging along behind?
Yeah, like I don't want a monopoly. Like to me, even if it's two companies, it's still a monopoly. Like really, out of all of the entire world, like only two consoles are like fighting for shelf space. We're not gonna count PC. So it's like I would want somebody to throw their hat in the ring, whether it's Google, whether it's Amazon, whether it's any of these huge tech companies that have that money, have that cachet to spend. And because the thing is, we were talking about this earlier. You can't be a small video game only company. Like you can't be Capcom or Sega. Remember, Sega did it for a long time, but then making a console got a lot more expensive. So Sega was there. Oh yeah,
not a lot more expensive. They just couldn't sell their consoles.
Oh yeah.
But the Dreamcast couldn't compete with the PlayStation. So
it couldn't compete with the PlayStation, and at the end of the day, though, Sony and Microsoft, there's these huge companies that like video gaming is like a side project to them, but again, they have billions of dollars. And Nintendo isn't nowhere near. That's a big thing. It's nowhere near as big as Nintendo is nowhere near as big as like Microsoft and Sony.
Well, even Bungie, not Bungie, Activision, Blizzard is bigger than Nintendo. Did you know that? They have more money than Nintendo. They're like.
What would you think about an Activision console? I don't know.
No, thank you.
I
don't need loot boxes to have a voice chat. No, I can't.
It's like, yo, you. No,
just stop.
That's EA.
I think we should edit that out because like you're gonna give them an idea, and I don't want to be like the person who knew the guy who was responsible for giving the idea. Like
we'll be famous. We'll be infamous. No. That's gonna be an EA console. They're gonna be like, oh, do you want to turn on the console? It's gonna be $10. Okay, you want to play a game? Well, to play this game, you're going to need to pay $20 so you can play games. Oh, you want to hear the game while you play it? Okay, you're gonna have to pay another $20. That's gonna be the EA console. The Activision console is basically, okay, this console is kind of empty. It's kind of lacking. Oh wait, but there's an update that's gonna fix the entire console and make 1,000,000 awesome games playable for it. But you have to pay $100 extra for the update. What? Like that's gonna be Activision's side. EA is the one that we're gonna charge you to hell for every small thing. And Activision's like, we're gonna gut our games and charge you for those pieces of gut later on. It's kind of funny how like different companies decide to screw people over and stuff like that, but it's kind of cool watching how they accomplish the same thing. So but still, we need to keep having we need to keep being woke, okay, and not let a company like Activision or EA keep getting away with their shenanigans. And EA, I throw them out there because they're a huge company, but the losses they've been taking this year, I highly doubt they have the money, or they're comfortable.
I'm not sure if you noticed, you actually cut off a little bit.
What do you mean I cut off?
Like for like 30 seconds, you weren't talking.
I probably glitched out on your PC, but I'm sure my audio, like the audio recording is fine.
Okay,
I'm guessing
that's fine. We're good.
Yeah, because you did that to me for a little bit, and I didn't say anything. Because I'm looking at my thing and it's still showing the voice thing, so I think we're good. But yeah, and okay, so if we can talk about one more thing before everything ends, I just wanted to talk about Xbox and the next generation of consoles, because this is a real issue for Microsoft. You guys failed. Okay, PS4 and Xbox 360, I think the 360 slightly beat the PS3. Again, it was a competition though, and I think Xbox won that one. But this one, it's not even close. This generation's been PlayStation 4, and the Switch has just come on the scene and is already doing better than the Xbox. I mean, I'll take the Switch exclusives on the Switch's first year. Never mind the exclusives they release after that, including Smash and all the stuff that they're gonna release this year. I'll take their exclusives from year one. That's probably like Odyssey and Legend of Zelda, and like Mario Tennis, and like I'll take those 3 exclusive over every Microsoft exclusive for the Xbox One. I mean, it's been that bad. freaking what was it? A Gears of War game, Gears of War 4, and I played Gears of War 1 and 2, the great ones. I played 3. I thought it was still really good, but fans prefer part 1 and part 2. And they kept playing all the, Gears of War game. They told me Judgment sucked, and I never touched it for that reason. And they're saying part 4 is okay. And they already stopped playing it, and they still play Gears of War 1 or 2. They play the multiplayer of part 2, but they barely play part 4 though. And it's just like that tells me like, yeah, they for sure don't like that game. They for sure like they say it's okay, but I think they're just being a little biased. I don't know if they're still playing, Gears of War 2 online, but I know that they played that for years, and this one they're already done. Like, my friends are big Gears of War fans. After that was
that's a good idea for a video, like video game sequels, and the failures and the successes, because like probably Gears of War 4 added a bunch of new like mechanics. I've never played the Gears of War franchise. I do have a friend that played them all and he loves it. But yeah, like what dictates a good sequel? Yeah, that's we could look up, folks. Gears of War, that's definitely gonna be a video in the future.
I mean, yeah, that's a cool thing here. Like we want to be very open and transparent. We'll even toss out ideas that like we like, and if you guys, in the comments, probably when we start building up a bigger fan base, start commenting like, yeah, we like that idea. For sure, we'll take it. We'll work on it and stuff like that. But yeah, it is an interesting concept, I think, and I mean, Gears of War has always been that game or that franchise where it concentrates a lot on single player, but has a multiplayer that's interesting enough to the point where it's like playable and you can actually get a lot of hours out of it. It doesn't feel like any tacked on, like Uncharted multiplayer or something like that. Like, it's not like that multiplayer that feels like tacked on last second. This actually feels like, the developers worked hard to, fix it and to like, balance everything out and stuff. And so that's always how it's been. Part 1 and part 2. Oh, I don't remember part 1 multiplayer, but I remember part 2 was the one that they would play the most, the multiplayer, and it was addicting. But I've always liked it. But again, part 4 wasn't great. The Forza Horizon game was pretty good. Okay, if you're not into racing though, you're not gonna like it, period. And I'm into racing occasionally, so I occasionally play Forza Horizon.
I played Forza Horizon 3, and I thought it was a decent racing game, but I haven't enjoyed a racing game since the original Need for Speed on the PS2. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I haven't been into a racing game since then, so it's just not for me. So I doubt you'll see any videos like on racing games from me, because it's just not my genre. I just don't like them.
I mean, I don't know if this will be a series from me, but I really was a fan of what was those games called? The Midnight Clubs. I remember when I was little, I was addicted to them. I think it was called Midnight Club. Let me see.
Yeah, it was published by Rockstar. I remember I had it in the 360.
Yeah, like I remember. Oh yeah, Midnight Club. Let me see. Was it Los Angeles? No, it was the other one. Was it? Oh no, I think it was Los Angeles. Yeah, it was Los Angeles. That was the one I played. Yeah, Los Angeles. That one was amazing. I loved it. Yeah, it was made by Rockstar. So it's basically like GTA racing, just without killing people. But great underrated game. But okay, so again, the exclusives, we're not even going to talk about Sony's exclusives. It's not even fair. I mean, Persona 5, Spider-Man, Uncharted, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War. Did I mention Spider-Man yet? I'm getting dizzy. There's a million more that I haven't announced, and there's a million more coming out this year. Microsoft failed this generation epically, and I think though they will bounce back next generation. And I honestly think that next generation, I think they're probably gonna have one of the better opening games on release. You get me? Like, I forgot what they're called, launch titles. I think they're gonna have the better launch titles. And I think they had the better launch titles. I think we're going to see
that pop. They're gonna release for that pop Gears of War game. I don't know if you remember that announcement. they have a new Gears of War game. You know the pops, those little cheap action
Funko
figures.
Pops?
Yeah, Funko Pops. There's
I actually have, like talking about it. I actually have the Marcus pop in my room, looking at me while you're saying that, and also the Swarm Sniper pop. Why do I have 2 Gears of War pops? I don't even remember buying them. Jesus. But yeah, they're staring at you while you talk, so you better not say anything bad about.
I prefer like actual action figures. Just saying. That doesn't matter. But yes, there's like a Funko Pop game. I'm not sure if it's a mobile game or what, but I remember I saw that at E3. Just felt
All I
like
know is
that's probably
that's
gonna be
not
the
gonna-
launch title for Microsoft Xbox 2.
No, I think they're gonna go big. Okay, first of all.
Yeah, it's gonna be 8K, 8K Funko
Okay,
Pop.
listen. No. Like honestly, they announced Halo Infinite. Did they give that a release date yet?
No, it's just a teaser trailer.
Okay, do you think that they would release Halo Infinite on Xbox One, or do you think they're just like, let's lick our wounds? Like that's what Nintendo did, and it worked with the Wii U. Stop dragging something out that isn't working. Lick your wounds. You know, they quit from the Wii U. You know, every Wii U owner felt like at some point, like, are y'all still making games? Like, this console's been out 2-3 years, and it feels like you guys are making no games for it, or any games. You know, the games that are coming out are good, but they're barely coming out. And I just feel like, Nintendo licked its wounds, got everything ready for the next generation, and then delivered. And I think Microsoft's doing the same thing. If you've seen, they've bought out like 1 billion studios, including Obsidian, and a bunch of studios that would produce like the Xbox exclusive games, but now under Microsoft's control. And Obsidian now, very indie well, I don't know, were they considered indie?
Obsidian, yes, definitely. They were actually going bankrupt after the first Pillars of Eternity. So the second Pillars of Eternity saved them from bankruptcy. So yeah, they definitely indie.
Yeah, they made Pillars of Eternity. They made Fallout New Vegas. They also are making that new game. What's it called? Outer Worlds or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's like it's called Outer Worlds. Yeah, lost my footage there.
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
I'm like, that seems like a. Oh, the Outer Worlds. It's the Outer Worlds. Get it right. But yeah, they're gonna be releasing basically like the Fallout killer. That's what everybody's calling it, basically. So, but the thing is like they're an indie company, but I would love to see them having big budgets. And what I've been hearing is that basically Microsoft is going to all these companies that's buying out and telling them like, yo, do whatever the heck you want. You have our budget. We have Microsoft's money. You have not billions of dollars, but you have money. You don't like do what y'all want. Okay, we have the budget for it. So I think it's interesting. I think it's very interesting.
We'll see how good it is.
We'll see how it goes.
But you gotta remember, Sony has like a lot of good experience. They're not gonna just stop making good stuff. So it's gonna basically be really
for sure,
difficult.
For sure. I think next generation is gonna be a lot closer. Sony's doing that already too. Don't think. I mean, look. First of all, here's the thing. I think Crackdown 3 is gonna be, what's it called? What are they called again? The launch title. I think Crackdown 3 and Halo. This is how crazy I am. I don't know. Call me crazy. I think Crackdown 3 and Halo Infinite are gonna be 2 of the launch titles for Xbox One. And if those are 2 launch titles, even though Crackdown 3 was promised to me like 5 years ago, damn. Like, wow. Like, okay. I'm interested. But I don't know. That's a crazy theory of mine. But even Sony canceled like E3 and stuff like that. Like, they're getting ready for the next generation too. It's happening. Nintendo's the only one that's like actively trying to like put a bunch of stuff out.
But yes, but Nintendo's just it's its own world.
It's playing by its own rules. It's not part of this generation.
I like that though. I don't want them competing.
I do. I like that too. You know why? Because I don't have to buy a console at the same time. Like, I don't have to. Here's the thing. if Nintendo was like that too, you'd have to buy a Nintendo console, a Microsoft console, and a PlayStation console, like all like in like a span of a few months, and like nobody has that money, you know. Because the thing is, we love video games. We want to play them all, and obviously with exclusives and stuff like that, we're never gonna be able to do that. So, you know, it's hard to get all three consoles or all the consoles that are out at a current time and stuff. I see Sentry's open up his favorite super hard RPG, Europa. I forgot what the second word was.
Okay.
Universalis.
Let me stop you right there, boy.
Okay.
It's not
okay, look.
an RPG. See,
I don't know why I said RPG, and I've looked at that game before. It's a strategy game, very in-depth strategy game. Don't ever play it. It will melt your brains. I played Crusader
and
Kings
it
too.
would burn pockets in your wallet.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Okay.
This
so,
game
yeah,
is like $300
who
in just DLC.
Okay, who are they made from again?
Paradox Interactive.
Paradox. They are great. Like if y'all don't know about these games, Paradox, they're PC exclusives. I think all of them or most of them.
No, I think they've released some games on. Yeah, they have some games on consoles, but they're
But
ports,
Paradox
basically.
makes these grand strategy games that are all strategy. Like it is literally like some of the most complex games you'll ever play. But the DLC does cost a lot. But the DLC, I do get why it costs a lot, because since their engines are so complex that even adding, like, for example, a DLC would be like, you know, you have like a world
This
map.
is a weird transition, by the way. Have you noticed that we're talking about some PC company? But
Yeah, I just saw you open it up and it like got me.
overall,
But
to summarize what everything we were about to say, it's a good company with some weird DLC practices, but if you like their games, then they're worth
yo,
it.
if you're into like crazy strategy games, oh my god, I can't recommend it anymore. But yeah, the DLC is gonna cost you a pretty penny, but yeah. But looks like we hit that 1 hour mark already.
I think
Hey,
we've
that's pretty
passed
good.
it.
No, yeah, like we're like 1:07. It never has to be a specific time, I think. Podcast, you know, if one day we have a crazy day of news, I feel like the day after, like the week of the Nintendo Direct, like we're gonna be talking for 9 hours of stuff. So let's see. But I think yeah, it's good timing. It's a good time
to essentially conclude, yeah, we plan on making YouTube videos. They're mostly gonna be edited. They're not gonna be game. If we do gameplays, it'll probably be like short gameplay videos, like unless you guys want any gameplay videos. But yes, it's mostly gonna be edited, different genres, different games.
They're gonna be concept
we're
videos.
Probably gonna do some reviews, but since we can't play reviews, we can't play games all the time, it's gonna be much more difficult to do reviews like on the latest and greatest games. So we'll see.
We won't be able to do every game that comes out, but we'll be able to do at least the big, you know, highly anticipated games. Whether they're indie or AAA, as long as they're highly anticipated, we'll try our best to review them. And again, the videos we do once a month are gonna be these concept videos that are gonna be very informative, and you know, also try to be funny and implement a bunch of stuff. So if you guys like those, or if you like the podcast, or you're just gonna like the reviews, I'd recommend to subscribe. We're gonna try to put out a decent amount of content per week. And yeah, if you're into gaming, you won't regret it. We're a bunch of nerds, me and Sentry, and yeah, I don't think you'll regret it. So, anything else?
It's free
to add,
content.
Sentry?
You can't regret it.
I mean, everything on YouTube is free content. I don't think you can use that as like real advertisement. It's free YouTube videos. But yeah,
I'm not sure what
that's
was
about
that.
it, though.
That Crest advertisement theme music on the end. What was that? You're like ding, and your teeth just glistened when you did that.
Oh, they did? I didn't even hear that. I should add that sound effect afterwards. Yeah, I'm not gonna edit this at all. I really want this to like not be like, I don't want this to consume too much time, so I'm not gonna edit it. So if you hear people talking in the background and stuff like that, and my mom barges in and starts screaming at me, I'm not. You're gonna hear it. Oh, you're gonna hear it live. But yeah, I think it's a good point to stop the podcast. If you do enjoy it, we'll have another episode up next week. And I really hope you guys enjoy this. And again, we're going to give you more content. So if you enjoyed any of this, make sure to subscribe and also leave a like. You guys have been awesome. This is Champion and Sentry. Sentry, say it. Is it Sentry? Say it.
Oh, that sounds a little cliche. I don't be like, this is Champion and then this is Sentry. That's a little weird.
All right. Okay. Well, we're going to end this podcast in 3, 2, 1. Have a great one. Ta-da!